Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. Today we're going to be talking about how China is not the China of yesterday. It's the China of the future. But before I get started, I'd like to do a shout out to Joseph Leung. He's the chief editor of the Tsingtao News agency out of San Francisco. He did me a solid on his last through program and gave me a shout out and said really nice things about me, so I thought I'd do the same for him. Thanks Joseph, because you did that. The video that you plugged, the Nanhu Lake, the park video, is now at 110,000 views and rising at about 850 views an hour, and it hasn't even slowed down. So and I attribute that a lot to my channel sort of blowing up. And when I came to China back in the beginning of September, I had about 15,000 subscribers. Now it's just over 30,000 subscribers, and a lot of those subscribers have come after you plugged my channel, so thank you very much. Anyway, back to and that how does that go? But that's not what this video is about. Okay, back to the idea that China is not the China of yesterday. You look around this place and it's growing, but why is it growing? Well, not the China of yesterday. How do you say what was the China of yesterday? Rice farmers, fishermen, the Cultural Revolution days, everybody in the fields and not dealing with a higher education. No, it's not like that anymore. Sure, there's still farmers, rice farmers that farm rice, and there's still fishermen, but these rice farmers of today are sending their children to university, so they don't have to be rice farmers in the future. Sure, maybe some of the children are going to stay on the farm and take up the tradition of the father and the grandfather and the great-grandfather, but a lot of those children are becoming structural engineers, mechanical engineers, architects, all of these things that make building these buildings possible. Mechanical engineers, building the machines of the future. Electrical engineers, those electric cars are everywhere now. So China's changing right in front of our eyes, and people still think in the West that it's the China of yesterday, and it's not. And I don't know how to get them to understand that you're getting bypassed there, Western world. The China that you knew, or that your politicians or your media outlets are letting you believe is the China of yesterday, is the hardcore communist government. See, the government of China is like a parent, and sure, they're harsh when their children are bad. Their penalties are harsh, but they're out to make it better for everybody in the country. So just like a parent, and you can't say that in the West, because the West, the politicians are out for the votes, they're out for their own agendas. They really don't give a rat's ass about Joe the plumber. Hey, remember him, Joe the plumber? They don't care about that. Here in China they do, and all of these young people from the country are coming to the city. Yes, there's a big exodus in China from the country to the city, and you can see it as the buildings grow, as the people move in, as they get higher education, as they start driving cars, as they get better housing, as they get better education, as everything starts to grow. Okay, now you've got a generation that's coming up, because the rice farmers' children are having children, and the ones that are educated and came to the city are having children. Now, what do you think they're going to do with their children? Are they going to be rice farmers? Or are they going to be structural engineers? Are they going to be people of higher education, doctors, lawyers, dentists, people like that? I think that you're going to see a lot of that, a lot more of that in China than there has been in the past. I used to get on an airplane in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Well, actually I couldn't get on an airplane in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan because I had to drive an hour and a half to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan to get on an airplane to fly to Vancouver. Well, the airport in Saskatoon was, well, I've never seen an airport that small in China. It's, I don't think they exist. Okay, well, what's this got to do with anything? Well, in the Western world, everything is sort of sitting dormant. I don't think there's a higher population or percentage of the population going to university. They're disheartened. Oh, I can't pay my student loan. I can't find a job. You know, I helped immigrate a guy named Jack from Guangzhou. I'm not sure how long ago. It'd be 7-8 years ago now, or maybe even a little bit longer. And structural engineer, big guy in his field in Guangzhou. He was like the manager of the whole operation. In Canada, can't find a job. Why? They're just not building anything. You know, it's not like China where everywhere you look there's brand new buildings, there's sky cranes everywhere, there's, you know, there's construction, there's cement trucks running 24/7. It's crazy. Even after the Cultural Revolution was basically done, you know, back mid-70s, late 70s, China was known for manufacturing second-grade products, low-end stuff, plastic stuff for like Walmarts and Kmart and stuff like that. So they were given the manufacturing to do the menial manufacturing type thing. With all of these highly educated students that aren't students anymore, they're highly educated professionals. They're starting to build things that are competing with the West, yeah, competing with the United States. And as they do that, it scares the hell. I made a video about it. It scares the hell out of the Western world because they're losing their dominance to China. And it's, as I said in the other video, it's because of the people. But I didn't say which people. I said it's because of these educated rice farmers' kids, the ones that want to do better. They want to grow their families to be better, stronger, richer for sure. Because in the Chinese world, rich means a lot. I just saw a guy driving into Hojilu in a Maserati. Yes, in a Maserati, a young guy wearing a suit. Whether it was Dad's Maserati or not, I don't know, but I want a Maserati. Yeah, does 185. My God. But it's these educated rice farmers and fishermen's daughters and sons and stuff that are actually building these things and making it so that artificial intelligence, the 5G, you know, the buildings, the electric cars, everything that they're building here in China that is actually competing with the high-end Western jobs. Yes. So not only they say they took my job and sent it to China. Well, they didn't take your job. They won the job by being highly educated and building better products. Sure, they started out with shitty products. I believe that. Some of the stuff, even today, like, I don't know, I want a Wulin van. My wife says they're garbage. I still think they're cool and would look good with a raised back end on it and a set of mags on it, and, you know, call it the Gweilo mobile. Well, you know, it could be like an advertising thing. Yes, but no, she said no, so I'm gonna buy one anyway. But you see, it's things like that come from all of these educated people that back in the old China there wasn't a lot of educated people. There was rice farmers and fishermen. My life in China has been really, really great. It's changed my life. It's opened my eyes. It's made me see things that I never saw before. It sort of actually helped me reinvent myself after I retired to be making videos, and as I made videos, I noticed more about the country and stuff. So I think it's time to give back something to China, and this is my way of doing it. Weifang and I were talking the other day. I have a Patreon account. I've never accessed any of the cash out of it. I was gonna use it to buy more equipment for the channel, but because the channel is doing really good, I'm sort of impressed with it. We don't need the money on the Patreon account, so we said, what are we gonna do with this? There's only like $150 or something in there, but I thought I'd talk to you guys, my subscribers, about it. We're thinking about doing something for China because, hey, China's done a lot for me. Gave me my wife, my retirement place, my life in China, which I enjoy, my channel, my YouTube channel about China. And even though there is a lot of highly educated and nice big buildings and the country is doing really good, China still has a lot of poor people, and those poor people are basically in rural areas. In one of the poorest areas of China is Bama. Bama is known for having the most centurions per capita in the world. Yeah, there's lots of old people there, and like they live old over there. Holy smokes! But they have a lot of poor children, and you know, clothing, shoes, school, books, things like that are something that they need basically all the time. Kids grow. So we were thinking of turning the Patreon account into like the Gweilo 60 Foundation, and we take the money from the Patreon account and go and buy what these children need in the Bama area of China. I'm not going to start this out without getting a whole shitload of comments and like from you guys, people that watch my channel. If you're going to support something like that, we'll do it. If you're not going to support it, well, we'll still do it, but we'll just do it on a smaller scale. Let me know in the comment section below. I do have a number of other Chinese people that are interested, and they got a little bit of bucks in their pockets and stuff like that, that are interested in jumping on board on this project, just to see if we can actually do some good rather than just making videos and telling people how good China is. Maybe do some good. What do you think? That's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, share, push that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell. And after the YouTube took a bunch of my subscribers and I put that video out, a lot of the subscribers came back and said, yes, I was unsubscribed. So quit being a bot, guys. Just hit that subscribe button. Oh, she's hot and sunny. It's like November the 4th, and it's hot and beautiful outside. I'm in a t-shirt, and oh, and one of the people that commented on my channel said, well, Winston wears a nice suit all the time, and you just wear white t-shirts. Like, you dress like a bum. How come? My response to that is, a suit does not make the man. A man makes a suit, and a white t-shirt, same thing. White t-shirt don't make the man. Man makes a white t-shirt. So there, that's my response to that comment.